so we can put this on YouTube. How are you doing? Because I think the first few minutes I'm just going to stretch out. Doing a cold kind of.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Just warming up with some old pumse I haven't practiced in a while. Doing my Palgway form from way back when.
That sounds nice. Old
Yeah,
school
pretty
sickle
good.
forms.
That's right.
You know, when I was younger, I used to hate the forms just because they're so slow compared to sparring. But when I stopped doing them for I want to say 10 years or so, oh man, the flexibility took a huge hit.
Yeah, no kidding. Just something about that repetition is fantastic. And you can get the repetition from other places, but man, if you're not expecting it when you cut out of those, cut the pumse out of your routine, it really is crazy.
You're telling me, man.
But even just a couple hours of doing pumse, I feel, it's a fantastic warm-up.
That's one way to put it if you want to get the blood going.
Yeah, for sure. Work on the hip flexibility, get into those nice deep stances.
Yeah, last week when we did the side kicks, I was feeling that. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to feel things ripping when you're in the middle of this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody else just joined the call? Who's that?
I think so.
It's Sean.
Sean, how you doing, man?
Hey, what up, Sean? How you doing, man?
Surviving.
Good deal.
Dude, it's late.
Oh, yeah? What time is it there for you?
It is 4 a.m.
Oh, my God. Well, that's
Put your heels
dedication
down.
right there.
I appreciate the love.
You know it. Oh, and by the way, this is not noon. This is not noon Eastern. This is 2 Eastern.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
I think in a few weeks I can go back to doing hand strikes in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if I can do this thing to grass yet. We're getting there. Without the knee giving out. Come on, hips. You can do it. There we go.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. People always assume snake creeps down equals low. It doesn't. It's body maximization. It's stability down low. It's a fireman's carry. You only need to go down as low as it takes to get under their center of gravity to lift them.
You just know you want to try to keep pushing it. This side's not as good. Come on, I can do it.
Yeah, you do. And what happens is people end up breaking. They end up breaking their center in their waist, or they end up breaking their ankle by rolling up on the ball of their foot, and so they break posture, and it defeats the whole thing.
It's a work in progress. At least the body didn't break this time.
Yep.
Notice that month by month, it's getting more stable.
Oh yeah, that's just it. It's I'm back to training regularly now. I was in class earlier tonight, and my legs are getting stronger again, and my hips are opening up as much as they're gonna open up. I'm lower and faster again, and it's coming along, and so yeah, it's always a work in progress.
I think especially, I don't know if it's an age thing, but boy, trying to recapture it is kind of rough sometimes.
Dude, trust me, it is an age thing. It doesn't matter how well you are off right now. It never gets easier. It never wants to get easier. It never wants to help you. It takes more and more to keep the same levels.
Yeah. I'm feeling it in the hips.
Mm-hmm.
You
Thanks for the reassurance that it only gets harder from here, Sean.
Hey, reality is like a 2x4. When wielded appropriately, it leaves a mark.
That's for sure.
Being said, I'd say I'm more flexible now than I've ever been my whole life.
Yeah, and you will. But it'll just take more and more to keep that.
Oh, yeah. Good kids. Okay, so I think a little bit of cardio. I think I need a little bit. My neck's kind of screwy today. Some of that blood going. I think I said I'd do front kicks. I think everybody in here knows how to do front kicks. So if you guys want to speak mine, let's do that. That's good.
Sure, sounds good to me.
This is not working with me. See. This didn't hurt. So what do you think? What needs work?
Oh, hold on. I'm dealing with a Teams issue just right now.
I can do Taekwondo style. I think the one I really have trouble with though is the vertical one. I keep wanting to come up instead of heel point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
So what are you guys working on these days? I know you're working on Page.
Yeah, and just trying to recover my flexibility.
Oh, dude, I'm working on Chujao and Fanzi right now.
Chonji?
No, Chujao, feet poking.
What's that look like, Sean? How does that work?
It's a lot of really low line kicks and some weird hands. Let me see.
The cross-eyed dance. Weird hands. It's, I can't do it. Shit, that's harder than it looks, actually.
Yeah, it's all tongue D. So
Okay, what should I work on next? Side kicks? Yeah. Tell me how ugly it is.
Is your leg getting all the way straight
I think so.
on that side kick? It looked like you were getting caught up on your jeans or something.
No,
That one was better, yeah.
I think I'm tired. So you get
Yeah, it happens.
Extending it, yes. Holding it, no.
Mm-hmm.
Last week I couldn't even do one. It just kept like ripping.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like I'm being graded.
I haven't done one of those in years.
Well, you can't use them on people. Like, okay.
Well, yeah.
Like, to the head is not going to be fun to someone. I wouldn't.
Oh no. Oh no. I just mean throwing a full side kick anyway because of my hips.
Oh, I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
these stretches.
No, it's not stretches. So you know how we have body scanners at the airports, right?
Yeah.
And the TSA says they don't go that deep; they're only on the surface. Blah blah blah. So I was going to Mexico one time, and went through the body scanner, and they asked me to empty my pockets because they saw something in my pockets. The shorts I had on didn't have pockets, but they patted me down right on top of my hips. And I'm like, okay. And I went back to Mexico about a month and a half later and made a point to wear those same shorts again. And they were like, empty your pockets. I'm like, you mean like right here? And walked around behind so I could see the screen. And you could see two little white, like solid white C shapes like this, right on top of my hips. I'm like, there are no pockets here. Those are my hips. So when I got to Mexico, I called my doctor, made an appointment, went back in. When I got back a week later, went in, got X-rays, a proper X-ray, and he goes, "Oh yeah, this is arthritis." He goes, but he looked at me. He goes, "The airport body scanner found that." I'm like, "Yep."
How does that happen?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, you probably
Remember
got
your
ill
government.
there from something before.
Yeah, remember your government's good for you. No, how that happened was butterfly stretches whenever I was 11, 12 years old with somebody my size standing on my legs pushing down, just throwing full power kicks in the air and then throwing full power kicks at bags. Having somebody my size now pin me on the wall going, "We need you to do a split." I'm like, okay. And then, pulling shit that you see done in Korea and China on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just abuse of the joints. Sports physiology, sports medicine in the early 80s was quack science at best. It was non-existent. So yeah, they were destroyed.
That's brutal, man.
They were destroyed. So, but yeah, Chujao, is there a way to send a text on this?
I thought there was a text channel, but I could be. Huh. I guess not.
I'm reminded of
No,
Yeah, you can send it in general voice over there.
okay. Fortunately, there's no side kicks in Chujao, but there are a lot of kicks.
I mean, sidekick, it can be as dramatic as people want it to be, and as functional as people want it to be. It can be as easy as just, whoop. You can also put like some oomph in it.
Yeah. Well, as I found literally, as long as I don't go above my hips and I don't take the kick from a bladed push punch into a thrust where I have to rotate my hips and pelvis, it's not so bad. But like a roundhouse or a thrusting side kick off the back leg forward, yeah, no, those don't happen.
Like how do you mean? Say it again.
So if say you're in that position right there, right? Nah, side kick, and you come off the back leg forward, right? But no, you not with the blade kick where you don't involve your hips, where you fully engage your hips, and you have to turn and pivot.
Like that?
That.
Oh, okay. Hang on, I can do
that. That. Yeah. See, I can't do that one anymore.
Oh.
And for me.
You gotta like really.
No. You see how you pivot on your leg, you pivot your pelvis from an upright to a lateral to a perpendicular position. Bone on bone doesn't allow that. Front kick is okay, back kick is okay, and actually circle kicks like crescent kicks or even axe kick is okay because my hips don't have to pivot. But
it's just
that's
rotating
fine.
Across that diagonal.
Exactly. That's because my hips stay here. But once my hips do this and the weight shifts like this,
it switches. Yeah.
That's when it goes bone on bone, and I can't stand up after.
Wow.
You're not missing out. I think most of the stuff is kind of. I mean, this is a very open position. Even if you do like a short one, it's still.
Yeah.
They can just.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't throw a hook kick. I wouldn't throw a hook kick until I was in tight, and you're not looking for it. It's gonna be a sneaky kick where I pop you in the ankle and it comes across and up.
There was one guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do it out wide.
He would. So some of these ATA guys, or if they did in the past, they'd like leave the knee up so they can do the kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had a way where he could like grab it while kicking at the same time. A yank while.
Yeah. For me doing a spinning hook kick, it might as well have been a spinning heel kick that I just hooked at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, there was never any leg up and hop forward on that. No, it was feet on the ground unless you were engaging with the foot.
Yeah, like a tracking beam. Like trying to get the line of sight.
Yeah.
The one thing point sparring always got me is when you're trying to go over their leg and then in. That's like a.
Yeah.
See, we didn't do that because, like I said, coming from Muay Kwan, we used our hands equally as effectively as we did our legs. So if somebody just left their leg up, we would just grab them by the leg and snatch them, or make them move it to pound it out of the way and move in. We're not going to sit there and footbox with them.
Like this? You're not going to let me just stand there and do this to you?
Nah. Nah. I used to have a really bad habit of especially when it came to tournaments, of punching people in the feet.
Oh.
Huh.
I do that sometimes. I'll if they're really
bad
at handwork, yeah, you can just kind of stand there and.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta really suck though.
No, I mean with this. You know, if they get to where they started doing the little flippy foot thing or stuff like that, I would start abusing their feet and ankles.
Oh, intentionally.
Yes.
Kick their hands.
Yeah, intentionally.
The heel kick to the bicep, I like.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but I mean, kick them in the hips. You know, kick them in the hips, punch them in the foot, punch them in the ankle. You know, whenever we move in, you know, down blocking. Well, it's a hammer fist. Well, bap, right across the leg. You know, they don't like that after a couple.
It's usually not scared.
Hey, come on. Nah. You just accepted that you're going to eat it sometimes. You know, if your timing was off and you just accepted it. But you know, back in the early '80s, that was coming out of the, you know, my teacher and the seniors in the school. They were the late '60s, early '70s through the '70s. You know, point sparring with no gloves or just the rubber stuff, and you know, they'd walk into a match with a clean white, you know, a clean white gi, and walk out bloody red.
Mm-hmm.
There's no contact, but they'd walk out bloody red. You know, it was you know, back on the circuit back in that time, it was a known thing that first one off the line typically, you know, planted a shot on the other guy or girl if it was, you know, if it were two girls. But you bloody their nose or you bust them in the mouth, you get a warning, too much contact. Oh, I'm sorry. Fight's already over. I'm in your head.
Uh-huh.
You know, those were the rules. There was no hi-ya from 4 feet away and you get a point called. No, you had to do the damn thing.
I'm getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, abusing feet, abusing legs all day long.
I'm surprised your hips are the only thing that show up on the airport after a sparring tradition like that. Whole skeleton lights up, dude.
Well, no, my hands do. I've seen X-rays of my hands back in the late '80s, early '90s. The hands are white. The forearms are pretty solid. You know, they're actually really solid. Shins are solid, but it's the cup of the ball and socket joint that showed up. And yeah, you know, it's bone on bone. You know, the hands, yeah, these things they're fried. That's why I don't play guitar anymore. That's why you see little young Joseph running around playing guitar. He's really good, but that's why I don't play anymore. These things don't work right anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I can take a knuckle and put it into a cantaloupe.
4 years last time I did a shoulder roll.
Talk a little more about that cantaloupe thing. How exactly are you mutilating this poor cantaloupe?
With Phoenix Eye?
Huh.
Yeah. Just it's not a matter of smashing
method of fruit preparation in your household?
It's a party trick, you know. It's a party trick when you've got a small melon and you need to insert, you know, alcoholic beverages into it, and you know you reach that point to where a knife is no longer safe. Break out a finger.
The point where you can't be trusted with a knife is the point in the party where I usually pull out my martial arts too.
Yep, exactly.
Fall on your face.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's been so many parties. Hey, grab my wrist, and shit just went downhill from there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, me and my. Oh yeah, no. Me and my training brothers. We had a couple of bars and restaurants around town in Atlanta that the owners knew us, and we would go there and we would drink and eat, you know, after class for 2 or 3 hours. And they just knew that the more we drank, the more they were going to actually see us stand up and start abusing each other in the restaurant. But we were harmless.
Mm-hmm.
we were harmless to anybody else, and we always made sure nobody else was around. But then we would wail the shit out of each other. But they also knew that we were dropping $150, $200 a day, 3-4 times a month.
Mm-hmm.
My tempo was like way off.
It's a glorious thing. It's a glorious thing.
What, redneck bars?
No, we're talking like mid-scale Japanese restaurants, craft breweries, stuff like that. It's just you dump enough cash and they're okay. Yeah, that's not going to work for you.
Which?
God, your combo there. Yeah.
What?
That uppercut. If you're here and you're kind of in a crouch position.
Okay, this is how it should look. Should be shut. I'm tired, so I'm doing the stances.
Okay, yeah, because you need to be body. You need to be body. You need to be body. This needs to all be body.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be closed. It should be very tight. But that takes work.
Well, let your body do it. It's not that hard. If you let your arms do it, yeah, it sucks. Let your legs and let your waist do the work.
Hey, no.
Yeah, he's almost as big as mine.
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sloppy. Come here. My back. Get. No. Eat. I'll sniff them.
I was gonna say, if you've got him trained to walk on your back, I need to figure out how you did that.
Which one?
The cat. If you've got him trained to walk on your back, I need to figure out how you did that.
Oh, I'll show you. Henry. You never had those practices where you work out and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. Come here, buddy.
Every day, man.
Do it. Come here. Yes. Do it. Get on my back. You're getting there. Come on, you can do it. You've done it once.
Nope.
Come here, you.
Funny. He's a cute little guy. How long have you had that cat?
Year and a half. You guys are talking about
That's
it.
awesome.
Come here. See you. Okay, ready to go again. Let's do this. First week back, take it a little bit easy. How does the place look? Actually,
Not bad for a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice.
So, what's your preferred use for a front kick? I'll experiment with
And to push or to stomp a mud hole. Nah, so
Or grab the leg and the leg? I mean,
so, like just like the general, push it, general pushing kind of front kick, just snap kick, yeah, whatever, like that. But now when I say stomp a mud hole, we use what we call chum sum toy, or cut the heart, smash the heart, where it's a heel kick and it's knee to shoulder, heel through the target, waist fully engaged. Yeah, that stomp a mud hole. Yep.
wouldn't be nice to get hit by. And I'm guessing you
That's
you let go when you make contact.
Oh yeah, I mean that's if we do, that's if there's that's if there's a kick catch involved. I mean if I can
You can do it.
get you
Right?
backing up.
Like wrap it in and then.
Well, no, I'm not going to try to kick something I'm holding. If I'm holding your leg, in like in a sanda setting or something like that, typically I'm going to throw you.
Yeah.
If I've got your leg, I'm going to throw you. Either I'm kicking your bottom. Well, there's that, and I'm gonna if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna run in on you, coming in hands up, or I'm gonna come in with a chun sum toy and kick through you. A leg whip, but if I leg whip you though, you're getting thrown over my other leg, so it's I need a body here, and it's just not a body here. But yeah, a leg whip goes over the top.
And then roll.
Goes around.
Grab him and roll.
No, because if you hit, you can, but like I said, in a sanda setting, it would actually be a no point situation. So if I'm going to go to the ground, I'm going to go down on top of your body, your full body. Just to wear you down. I'm not gonna hit the ground unless I'm getting a major benefit out of it.
Well, I'm reminded of in my youth a time where I went into the kick and I grabbed it and I didn't know what to do next, so I just started like running the football kind of.
That'll work. That'll work just as easy.
It works up, but I kept up with it.
That's no good. And I can see where that'd be a problem in Taekwondo, people considering they bounce.
You don't usually get power with it though. Like, okay, you can get some power from like here to here.
Yeah.
You got a link to actually get it. As opposed to like.
Well, that you've got to engage. You've got to engage your hip fully to get that short power, because you still had hip left over. You got to engage fully to get that last little. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or a slide up, or a step behind, or a step through from the back leg, or just a shuffle and run off the front leg, and you just that hip drives on every one. See, in Mudok Kwan, that's all we had. We had 4 kicks in Mudok Kwan, essentially. We had front kick, we had a round kick, we had a back kick, and we had a side kick, and they were all thrusts. Obviously, you could snap them, but they're
more like you want to kind of fire into it. When you're going up, when it's going out, it's still a kind of. There's no pulling in that chamber. For me, if I remember, it's just when you're done.
Oh yeah, hold on. You like broke up hard during your whole treatise there.
Oh no.
Yeah, and see that was a kind of new rage kick. That was a new rage kick. back in the late 80s when that first started showing up. We were doing it because we saw it in Hong Kong movies.
How's Joseph doing? I haven't heard from him.
He found a hybrid Kyokushin school like 5 minutes walking from his house that opened up. And I'm like, and he got in touch with me last Saturday. He's like, hey, do you mind if I cancel to go to this? I'm like, go. It's in person. Go.
Hope he remains a friend for us. It's good to hear that we definitely pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, well, I gotta get off my ass and check people I know and make sure I don't know anybody in Jamaica. I think I do. I just gotta double check to see if there's other options available. Not sure how bad the Rona is down there though.
Okay, I can live with this. It's not perfect, but close enough.
No, that's not too bad. Just tilt your pelvis forward. Yeah, get it under and roll down into it. Not like that. That's what you need. That's what you need to say for those special times. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I'm gonna feel this tomorrow. Use it or lose it.
Yep.
I think that's it for me. Next time I'll do round kicks.
Yep.
Kind of like
Sounds good, man.
kind of like this. Oh. There we go.
Yeah, we never got into the bouncy kicks.
Well, they're not really practical.
Yeah.
It's good for root.
Well, also, that stuff was just kind of coming into fashion, if you will, back in the back in the 80s and up through into the 90s. So we were behind the curve on that because we were firmly not WTF ITF.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a pseudo Nephilim that just walked behind you.
Say what?
There's like a pseudo Nephilim that just walked behind you into a different room.
An angel.
No, just large.
Come here.
No.
I think I will cut the stream on this one. I'm out of energy anyways. Thanks for joining.
Really bad latency.
Thanks.